My name is Elena. I'm 38, a literature professor at a prestigious university in Boston. I have auburn hair, green eyes, and I've been told I have a warm smile. I love my job. Discussing classic novels with bright young minds is my passion. My days are structured: lectures, office hours, grading papers, evenings with a good book and a glass of wine. I'm single, content in my independence, though sometimes the quiet feels a little too heavy. This fall semester, a new student joined my advanced poetry class. His name was Lucas, 20 years old with messy brown hair, sharp hazel eyes, and an intensity that stood out. He always sat in the second row, scribbling notes furiously, asking thoughtful questions about symbolism and hidden meanings in the poems we studied. He was gifted, clearly, but I noticed something else: the way he looked at me. Not like the other students, longer, deeper, like he was reading me the way we read verse, line by line, searching for subtext. After class, while others rushed out, Lucas often lingered. At first, it was innocent, questions about assignments or recommendations for further reading. Then the compliments started, soft ones. "Professor Elena, the way you explained that metaphor today, it made everything click." Or quietly, "That scarf really suits you." Simple words, but they landed differently coming from him. I reminded myself of the rules, the boundaries. He was my student, 18 years younger. I kept my responses professional, redirecting every conversation back to literature. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel a small spark, something I hadn't felt in years: attention, being seen, not just as a professor, but as a woman. I pushed it down, focused on my work, told myself it was nothing. As the semester wore on, I felt drained. Teaching is rewarding, but exhausting. With finals approaching, I needed escape. I booked a solo trip to a quiet coastal town in Maine, a small bed and breakfast by the ocean, far from campus, far from everything. Just me, the waves, and a stack of novels I'd been meaning to read. The first few days were perfect: long walks on the rocky shore, coffee on the porch, the salt air clearing my mind. Then, one evening at a little seaside cafe, I heard my name. "Professor Elena?" I turned, and there he was, Lucas, in jeans and a sweater, looking relaxed, standing with a couple of friends. My stomach dropped. "What are you doing here?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. He said, "Family has a summer place nearby. Small world, huh?" It was. Too small. He asked if he could join me for a coffee. I hesitated. We weren't on campus. No rules applied here, right? Just two people running into each other on vacation. I said yes. One coffee turned into two. Then wine. We talked. Not about class, not about poetry, but about life, music, travel, dreams. He made me laugh in a way I hadn't in a long time. I felt lighter, younger. For a few hours, I wasn't Professor Elena. I was just Elena. Later, we walked along the moonlit beach. The air was cool, the waves steady. He took my hand. My heart raced. When he leaned in and kissed me, soft and slow, part of me screamed to stop, but another part, the lonely human part, let it happen. We spent that night together. It felt like a dream, tender, exciting, forbidden. The next morning, reality returned like cold water. Guilt flooded in. What had I done? He was still my student. I told him gently, "This was beautiful, Lucas, but when we're back at school, it can't happen again." He nodded, serious. "I know, but I really like you, Elena, more than just this." I wanted to believe him. Back on campus, everything changed. He avoided my eyes in class, left immediately after lectures. No lingering, no smiles. When I texted to check in, silence. Then one day, walking past the student lounge, I overheard him. His friends were laughing. One said, "So you actually pulled it off? With Professor Bookworm?" Lucas laughed, loud, casual. "Yeah, easy. Told you I could get her to drop the whole professional act. Vacation vibes and a couple drinks, done. You guys owe me $50 each." I froze. The world tilted. It wasn't real. None of it. The looks, the words, the night under the stars. It was a game, a bet, a story to brag about. I walked away before they saw me, heart shattered, trust broken. I never confronted him. I finished the semester strong, kept my dignity, reported nothing, no proof, just pain. But I learned something that stayed with me. Some lessons aren't in books. Some people read you just to win. And sometimes the quiet life you thought was lonely was actually safe. Where are you listening to this story from right now? Drop your city or country in the comments below. And if this story touched your heart even a little, please hit that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds, but it means the world to me. Let's build a family that chooses peace over pride. See you in the comments.